Hi, welcome to Last Bell Boxing. My name's Andy, one of the hosts of the show. As you might be aware if you're a subscriber to us, we've been doing having a bit of a laugh between myself and a couple of the presenters on the show. We've been doing our top five of a couple of the divisions of British fighters of all time. So I've just finished doing my heavyweights, which please have a look at, comment, let me know what you think. And now I'm going to do my middleweights. Okay, straight into it then. So number 5, Harold Bomber Graham. Nottingham born, fought all of his career out of Sheffield in the Ingle Gym. Absolutely amazing fighter, and probably goes down as the best fighter never to win a world title. He had a couple of attempts at middleweight. He fought Mike McCallum, I think his name was, and lost on a split decision. Really close that fight was. And then on his second attempt, he fought Julian Jackson and was outclassing Jackson for up to, I think, 3 or 4 rounds, winning him easy. And then Jackson landed a punch out of nowhere, and it's gone down in boxing folklore as the punch of the century. Knocked him cold. I think he was out. I think Errol Bond was out cold before he even hit the canvas. He had a really good amateur career as well. In 1976, he won the junior welterweight title, beating John Mugabe. And in 1978, he was the ABA middleweight champion. So that's my number 5. Number 4. So this is really close for me because number 4 and number 3 had a brilliant rivalry. And the career records are really close as well. So I've just gone with the style I like the best higher up. So Chris Eubank Sr., we've decided, by the way, we had a bit of a chat between ourselves and we decided to put Eubank and Ben, if we wanted to choose them in our top 5s, we decided to put them in middleweights, not super middleweights. So if you don't like that, let us know on the show. So Chris Eubank Sr., really, really talented fighter, hated by the public because of the way he was in the ring. I think everyone saw him as arrogant. I think he was just really confident. But brilliant fighter. So Chris Eubank, I think he wasn't quite the same fighter after that tragedy with Michael Watson. He just didn't seem the same after that. So anyway, Chris Eubank, number 4. Number 3, his arch rival, Nigel Benn. Absolutely amazing fighter, Nigel Benn. Fought with his heart on his sleeve. So exciting. You never knew what was going to happen. Either he was going to knock someone out or someone was going to knock him out. But you knew you was always going to get an unbelievable fight. Brilliant champion, 2-weight world champion, same as Chris Eubank. Like I say, not a lot to take between them. Eubank obviously won the first fight at middleweight. And then they had a rematch at super middleweight, which went down as a draw. But in my opinion, Nigel Benn won that. But Nigel, the tell the tape for Nigel Benn is unbelievable, the fighters he's been in with. Sugar Boy Millinga, Iron Barclay, Gerald McClellan. Obviously, everyone knows what happened in that Gerald McClellan fight, but that was probably the most vicious fight I've ever seen. Neither of them given an inch. Unbelievable. So Nigel Benn, number 3. Number 2, Alan Minter. Very underrated in my opinion, and only gets toppled at the top of this poll for one reason. You're going to find out that in a minute. But Alan Minter at one time was the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, 2-belt era. He beat Vito Ortafermo for the world title. Now, Vito in himself was an unbelievable fighter. and he fought him twice. Obviously, Alan won the belt off him, and then the rematch again, he won. But in the rematch, he actually retired Vito on his stool. His career record doesn't really do him justice. So it's 39 wins and 9 losses. But in those 9 losses, 7 of the 9 losses, he only lost because of cuts. Fights were stopped because he got cuts. So if he'd not had that problem, I don't think his record would say what it says. And by the way, one of those stoppages by cuts was the Agler fight, which a lot of people will know. And if you haven't seen it, try and get some footage, because there was a riot in the crowd after, because the fight got stopped when it got stopped really early on. And obviously, the rest is history. Agler went on to be, in my opinion, the best middleweight champion of all time. Some others will dispute that, including Ray on the show. Anyway, that's Alan Minter, number 2. Number 1 can only be Randolph Turpin. And he had a great career in itself. 66 fights, 8 wins and 1 draw. But the standout performance in his career, in 1951, he faced probably the best fighter of all time, if not the second best fighter of all time, in Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, when he fought Sugar Ray Robinson, at that time, Sugar Ray had 130 odd fights, only lost once in 130 professional fights. That's outstanding. And that was to Jake LaMotta, who, by the way, Sugar Ray beat another 5 times after that fight with Jake LaMotta, just to prove he was better than him. So Sugar Ray was on a world tour, and he was touring around Britain, and the end of that tour, he wanted to have a world title fight in England. So up steps Randolph Turpin. No one gave him a chance, and he comes away with the middleweight heavyweight title. Unbelievable performance. So that's why he's my number 1. Okay, so that's my top 5 British middleweights of all time. Please have your say. Leave us a comment. Or even better, come and join us on Thursday night. You can come and speak to us face to face, give your opinion on not only my top 5s, but also the lads have got their top 5s on. All on the channel. Please subscribe, take a look, watch the videos. Thursday night, 9 o'clock, we do a live show talking about the topic of the week. Everyone's welcome to come and give their opinion, and everyone's welcome to come and join us live on screen if they're feeling brave. But please come along.